Foreign Office, first of all. Foreign Office spending, we published this website some time ago, and almost immediately the Foreign Office stopped publishing their information. Now, this is a database which is basically intended to make it easier for people to search the information that the Foreign Office used to publish on spending over £25,000. So what I'm showing on screen is just one example of FCO spending to the Westminster Foundation for Democracy and the amount of money that they've spent with them over the years. But if we scroll down further down the page and look at the details of this, we see that we can never find out exactly what the money went for. So we know that it went to a particular organization, but we don't know what project it went to, because everything gets allocated to something called program spend brackets Oracle Projects Control Account. And of course, what we're talking about there is an Oracle database, which is being used to host all these records, the public side of which the public never gets to see the detail of those records. But Vanessa, we thought we'd look at, or you thought you'd look at what Oracle is up to with the British government and more broadly, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, we had a discussion about this, and you know, I know that you and a lot of people would say, yes, but I mean, Oracle is just one of many storage cloud systems like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, etc. What's the problem? The government has to use something to store its information. But what worried me immediately is that Oracle appears to have what is virtually a monopoly across government information. And what is also worrying, and is a question that I would like to ask, and we were talking, Mike, about a potential FOI, who actually can access this information, who controls this information, who decides where this information is shared. So let's have a look at this, what I consider to be really a monopoly of information storage from the British government across all sectors. So if we look at Oracle customers on the next slide, where it will talk about the Cabinet Office. So there is a recommendation there from Steve Fulborough, who's Deputy Director, Architecture and Information Assurance, Government Shared Services at the UK Cabinet Office. And then if we move on, you can see, sorry, the dogs have decided to start playing. It is connected to local government and across the NHS in specific areas of the country, but growing. And then perhaps most worrying, this was in 2020, and as far as I know, it's ongoing. Oracle was awarded the UK Ministry of Defence Cloud Infrastructure contract. And let's have a look at what that entails. So basically, the Ministry of Defence will capitalise on the choice and economic benefits Oracle Cloud Infrastructure can provide. Led by Chief Information Officer Charlie Forte, the Ministry of Defence's digital organisation, Defence Digital, brought together and replaced a number of organisations, including Information Systems and Services, in 2019. It has an annual budget of over $2 billion and a team of around 2,400 personnel, including military, civil servants, and contractors. The organization is responsible for making sure that effective digital and information technology is put into the hands of the military and business front line. Who founded Oracle? A guy called Larry Ellison was the co-founder of Oracle in 1977, but let's have a look at a little bit of his background. So Oracle itself started off as a project for the CIA. Ellison named his company after Project Oracle, a 1970s CIA operation he worked on. Our very first customer was the CIA. Ellison boasted, telling the story of how in 1977, the CIA commissioned his firm to build them a database. From there, Ellison immediately began pitching to other wings of national security state, and within months had secured contracts with Navy intelligence, Air Force intelligence, and the NSA. The bottomless pit of money available for the military has helped turn Oracle from a tiny operation to a $46 billion per year behemoth. Then let's have a look again. We talked last week at Unit 8200 and the development of a surveillance state in Israel itself. So the founder of Oracle, Larry Ellison, is Jewish. I would counter that by saying he's clearly Zionist. Then let's have a look at a little bit of information about him. So he's connected with Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Benjamin Netanyahu, the current prime minister in Israel, conducting, of course, the genocidal campaign against Palestinians. But most interesting, among his contributions to Israeli causes are more than 26 million given to the Friends of the Israel Defense Forces, as well as $500,000 to fortify a community center in Sderot in 2007. Reportedly, according to the New York Post and various other media outlets, Netanyahu was reportedly offered lucrative Oracle board seat by Larry Ellison in 2021. I would assume he didn't accept it because to do so, he would have to step down from the Knesset, which would lead him to prosecution for corruption. But then let's have a look at the Larry Ellison Foundation. Current investments, guess what? The Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. And then let's have a look at how much money Ellison poured into this. Let me try. Mike, can you read that for me?
So it says, according to the Larry Ellison Foundation's IRS return filed late last year, Oracle's CTO and founder donated $33.83 million to the Tony Blair Institute in 2021 and plans to contribute another $49.37 million in the near future.
And thank you, Mike. And guess what this is focusing on with the Tony Blair Institute and Oracle launched the Africa Vaccine Management in the Cloud. People can freeze that screenshot and read it for themselves or go to the Larry Ellison Foundation. Charles, that might be of interest to you. And then I took from an article by Mint Press News, Alan McLeod and Loki, the pro-Palestinian activist in the UK, openly pro-Israel tech group now has control over the UK's most sensitive national data. Now, Larry Ellison stepped down in 2014. However, he was replaced by Safra Katz, billionaire American Israeli, who has also contributed to various Israeli organizations and contributed to the Trump presidential campaign in 2020. 1 second. Come here. And then if we look also, so while opening a new data center in Jerusalem in 2021, Safra Katz laid out Oracle's purpose, stating very clearly, we are not flexible regarding our mission and our commitment to Israel is second to none. Sorry. Come here. I do apologize. This is a free world and I love my employees. And if they don't agree with our mission to support the state of Israel, then maybe we aren't the right company for them. So very clearly stating that Oracle supports Israel and does not effectively stem any confrontation or distance towards that support. Larry Ellison and I are publicly committed to Israel and devote personal time to the country, and no one should be surprised by that. Katz made the comments in response to a question about Israel's poor human rights record and the rebellion of Silicon Valley employees refusing to facilitate the country's war crimes. In 2017, Katz was offered the position of US Director of National Intelligence. And interesting, you pointed out to me, Mike, that interesting how the UK government has basically kicked Huawei out of UK telecom networks because of what is considered to be a threat from China itself. And I would again remind everybody to look at the 2030 roadmap for UK-Israel bilateral relations. And bearing in mind Oracle's, let's say, partisan approach towards Israel, how many Unit 8200, the spy network from Israel, employees are actually at Oracle, and the extent to which Oracle now has control over the majority of the information from all sectors of the British government.
Yes, thank you for that, Vanessa. We're going to follow up on this with other companies that are embedded in British infrastructure, whether that be government infrastructure or corporate infrastructure. So we will see how we do with that over the next few weeks.